What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live composing show. This is your host, Stephen Melin, and I'm recovering from a chest cold. So if I just happen to have start coughing and dying and stuff on the stream, that is why. I'm excited to be here. Today we are working on some Splatoon 3 music because, well, it launches tomorrow, which is super exciting. So on the Nintendo Switch. I am not a Splatoon fan, but that might make today a little bit more interesting, actually, because I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's kind of the fun. Because the little backstory here, for the last several weeks, I've actually been working on a new video game soundtrack, which has me in a lot of dark, orchestral, emotional, RPG, roguelite type style, which is a very specific direction, right, musically, and that's just what I'm thinking about and doing. So I was really excited today to jump into Splatoon 3 because it is just about as polar opposite as you could possibly get as a musical style, as a visual style. It's super cartoony and goofy and ridiculous, and that just sounds like a lot of fun today. And it's going to be a bit of a palate cleanser. We're going to have a lot of fun here today. So I'd love to hear in the live chat who here is a Splatoon fan, like a diehard. Do we have any diehard fans? I've actually never played a Splatoon game, but I've kind of been fascinated by them. They're some of the best-selling games on Nintendo Switch, and they're definitely super popular. So it's going to be a fun stream today, just trying to emulate a really goofy EDM style, and just like kind of checking out some of the gameplay. Let's take a quick look over here. I'll show you a quick little clip with the audio, and you'll kind of get an idea of how they chose what they decided to do. So what I hear is I hear a lot of EDM. So this is like a breakbeat, really fast tempo. So that's the track here in the actual game is probably 180 BPM, something like that. There's a lot of vocals, and they're very Asian. I would venture to say it's very Japanese. They're like Japanese ethnic vocals, women vocals that are really high. Yeah, that kind of thing. I have no idea what they're saying, but they're very affected, right? They have a lot of like distortion or a lot of like, it's almost like a vocoder type of effect, very synthy. And it works perfectly on top of these really cool, rich, low bass and drums kind of thing. But there's also the Nintendo spin. This is a Nintendo exclusive game, first party. So it has that magical Nintendo sound. It has the bleeps and the bloops, so to speak. So it has a lot of synths. It has a lot of like synth saw waves. Has like synth bass, and like kind of that plucky bloop, 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 bloop kind of sound, which, yeah, Micah absolutely is like Animal Crossing. Now, I think Micah's referring to the vocals gibberish, but yeah, it's just that sound. It's a very distinct Nintendo sound. They're not trying to be realistic. They're just being goofy. I mean, obviously just the art design, the color choices, it's very over the top, and it's a kid's game, but at the end of the day, anyone can play it, and I know there are a lot of adults who have fun with it too. So it's like a family game, right? It's something that even if you were to go to the overworld and kind of take a look at some of the other stuff, it's a big city. It's a big city at night. Your character's walking around, and it's kind of like a simulated life kind of thing as you join these different battles. These are called turf wars. And essentially the purpose of the game, of this little battle, is I think it's 4-on-4 teams, and it's kind of like a first-person shooter, but your goal is not to like kill the other people. It's actually to paint as much of the turf as possible with your paint. And so obviously when you paint the enemy's turf, it's like constantly back and forth. And so at the end, whoever has the most paint wins. And so it's a very interesting battle. But you can temporarily disable the other members by killing them, so to speak, or depleting their ink, or however the game talks about it. But yeah, Micah really, really nailed the style. It's a hip-hop EDM. But it also just has this special flavor, this special sauce of like this unique, because I know the squid, like the octopus is a big, I've seen some people wearing the hats and stuff. I know that's like the mascot of the game because it has to do with ink. We're using ink, octopus ink, or squid ink. I'm not actually sure what the story implications are, but essentially there's a goofy element to all of this, and I just think it's going to be super fun. And hey, what's up? We got Mu Cachino. Welcome. First time you can see me on air? Well, how about that? I hope you brought some coffee. I love your logo there. That's so good. Wonderful. I want a Mu Cachino right now. Like this is not a Mu Cachino. This is an oat milk Cachino. So that is about all the influence I want to hear. I haven't done any research, and I don't want to. Like, I don't want to be influenced by anything else but the visuals and the style and like the understanding of the gameplay. To me, that's what makes the most interesting music, is being able to just see something fun, something that's super interesting, and just write my own version of it. So today we're pulling out lots of synths. I've barely done anything, just kind of preparing for the session, but just some things I got out to try. I have Massive X, Massive, Absinthe 5, Omnisphere, Reactor, and UVI. So the UVI, there's a synth collection that is pretty massive. It's a bunch of retro 80s and 90s synths, which could be interesting. And so the first bass sound I pulled up was this Reactor bass from Microprism. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's called the wooden bass. I set a tempo for 174, which is quite fast. I want to put like some kind of groovy breakbeat underneath. I'm just excited to fly because there's no rules today except just to be goofy, but also have a ton of fun. So here's a little bass line, and then I just threw some like saw wave synths on top, and I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm excited. And you know what's super cool is Cubase. Look at my color scheme. It perfectly matches Splatoon today. Like my looper bar is the exact same color, or very close to the purple in here. Even the reds and the yellows. How cool is that? This is like the Cubase theme day. That's awesome. So here's what I have so far at 174 BPM, and I'm just going to roll with it. We're going to make some music. We're going to have some fun. I'm not going to talk quite as much today as a normal stream just because, my throat's not doing too hot, but I still wanted to do the stream. And we're still going to have some fun. So as always, Matt Everett is hanging out in the chat with us today. And he's our moderator. So if you have more serious questions or whatever, he'll help send you whatever resources you need. But before I jump into the actual composing today, I just want to give a quick little shout out down here. Oh no, wrong screen. Spam. Right here. Bam. We do this live composing show every single Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This usually is about a 2-hour stream. And we have a ton of fun doing this. And a lot of the people here hanging out with us today are part of the Video Game Music Alliance, which is a pro membership group that we have our own little community where we are constantly learning about the basics, even some of the advanced stuff that have to do with building a career as a video game music composer. So this is our bread and butter. This is what we do. This is how we make a living. If this is something that's interesting for you, or you want to kind of dive in to see what we're all about, come check us out, videogamemusicalliance.com. And when you go there, you also get a free guide called Secrets to My Six-Figure Video Game Music Business. And that breaks down what does it look like to actually make a living doing this. It doesn't have to just be a dream. You can make this a reality. And part of what I like to talk about here on the show are the realities of the highs and the lows of this career. It's not a perfect career. Nothing is. But it sure is really fun. And it has some high highs. There's a lot of hard work involved, obviously. And there's a lot of business involved. But it is also an absolute dream to be able to write music for a living and get paid for it. It's just kind of crazy that this is a real thing. So real quick, let me say hey to some peoples. We got Micah, Jew, Matt. Who else is hanging out? Sector 7, what's up? Already said hey to Mucachino. Got Connor. And and a bunch of others who need to say hi. So come say hi, please. And let's do it, guys. Here we go. I have no real agenda here except to write a full piece of music in one sitting. We'll take at least one coffee break in the middle, and we're just going to do it. So I'm going to use the visuals to guide me. I think the fast speed just is absolutely mandatory because this is a absolutely chaotic visual fest and sound effect fest. So really the only music that can work is like a really fast drum beat because you can't hear much else. And synths are going to cut through the mix anyway, which is nice. So maybe we'll get crazy and do some vocal stuff, but I don't know if my voice is going to be able to handle it, but we'll see. Let's just roll. Woohoo! So that's what I have so far. Mucachino. Are you a video game developer? That's pretty awesome. Of course, I am a freelancer. I would love to chat. Shoot us an email. We'll talk some business. That sounds awesome. Pitch shift. Mike, are you talking about me? My voice? You're going to pitch shift my voice? I mean, you totally could. So this is what I have so far for a bass line. I just think it'd be really cool to really lean into syncopation today, which is playing off the beat. Still a 4/4 time. I want to get some kind of groovy drum track underneath, but this is going to be cool. So with that bass, so that's what I want to do, is like off the beat, but still be on the 4/4, 4 on the floor. Maybe not 4/4, like 4 on the floor kick. I don't want techno here. This is not meant to be techno. That's a core distinction, by the way. If you want to write techno music, you just do boom, 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 boom. But if you want to write more EDM style, hip hop style, you need to have a little bit more space between your beats. And syncopation is helpful for that. I just pulled up this kick. I thought it was super cool. This is from Emulation 2. Emulation 2, by the way, is where a lot of the old Final Fantasy 7 and 8 sounds come from. If you want to have those legacy sounds, their strings are the exact strings that Uematsu used in the PlayStation. But I like this because it has a bit crusher built in, so it just has this like grittiness. Connor, is that question for me? So far, I think my top 2 projects I've ever worked on are Monster Sanctuary and Dark Dice, and maybe a third would be Beardblade. I've worked on many others, but those are like the most interesting and different projects I've worked on to date. And there's obviously another game in the works right now, which I think may top all of those things just because the nature of how large it is and the scope that we're trying to go after. And the dev team is really pushing me to try new things, which is hard for me because I'm so stuck in my ways, which is cool. Well, fine, Mucachino. Bye. That's cool. Hey, you know what's fun about live streams is you can just kind of come in and out as you wish. And I mean, I watch live streams too every once in a while, especially when you guys do live streams. I want more of you to start writing music live. It's so much fun. And I never expect anyone to be able to sit down for 2-3 hours and just hang out. But when you can, it's super cool. But if not, pop in and out as you need to. But that's super cool. Yeah, so I really want to lean into like EDM rock fusion. I think that's kind of the blend I'm going for. I don't know much about hip hop. I appreciate it for what it is. It's just not a style I naturally lean into. If anything, I don't know. I don't even know where this is going, but. So this is also Emulation 2. I really liked their kick, so I'm going to try some of their snares. This particular patch has all of the snares. It's like 50. And if I want to lock, I lock very much. one like a really, a very verbalicious snare. So that would be like a halftime beat, but since we're in 174 BPM, it needs to be fast. Something like that. So the other angle to take here today is because the visuals are so goofy, I have to throw in some kind of distinct soundscape that is unique. It may be the snare, it may not, but we need to find some kind of sound designy way of getting maybe the squishiness of the octopus sound or the bloops of something to make it feel video gamey. I want some kind of distinct sound. It's kind of what I'm listening out for. Oh yeah, Undertale Soundtrack is really... I used to hate it, but now it's grown on me. I don't think Toby Fox is a very good composer, but don't tell him. He's really solid at writing. Well, I've only ever heard Undertale, but Undertale is like this weird anomaly that's like a... I don't want to be mean to it. It's like Earthbound. It's like a lesser version of Earthbound in my opinion. But it was also made by one guy, so it's super impressive that he was able to pull that off. But to me, it doesn't quite live up to... I don't know. It is what it is. And I don't want to make fun of it because it kind of is its own little special entity that clearly took off. And it's just interesting. It has definitely grown on me in a big way. I think I'll feel better if I do some kind of hi-hat first. That'll better influence. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to be negative towards Toby. I think Undertale is what it is. It is. It is not a... I don't particularly love the game, so therefore, by extension, I'm not going to love the music. But, that's not always true. Don't quote me on that. I'll tell you what I really love is Trevor Allen Gomes, a wonderful friend who is a piano cover artist and composer. He did a fabulous Undertale soundtrack where he worked with Toby, and I just think that's like the definitive edition because it takes the more video game soundtrack film sensitivities of a professional pianist who has worked on many soundtracks and does his own take of these things in a very, very special way. I also feel the same way about his Celeste album. I like the music of Celeste, but to me, the piano album is the definitive version because it kind of condenses the musicality into... it elevates the musicality. Let's put it that way. I feel like Trevor's really solid at hearing, kind of reading between the lines of the chords and that kind of thing, and taking electronic stuff and turning it into real. So, yeah. Anyway, off that high horse. This is an important moment for me because I'm trying to find the sound of this drum because this is the main character. This is the hero of the story is the drum kit. If you get that wrong, the whole track's going to stink because none of it's going to work. This is Cubase, plus a lot of synths. This is just bare bones before we start producing it out. Yeah, that's a good sound. in some 16ths there. I'm actually looking for clean, really, really clean hi-hats because it's going to be, so quick. This is why in trap music, most of the sounds, the source sounds in trap music and trap beats are very, very small sounds. They're like, they don't have huge decay or sustain or release because they repeat so many times that you don't want to like take over the whole track. It needs to be very small. So that's what I'm aiming for here. And maybe this is the hip hop side. Maybe I do have some hip hop chops. Who knows? I like that a lot. The syncopation. So that needs just one little. We'll beef it up. Maybe a different patch. Like that. Yeah. That's fun. So this track always needs to feel like it's in control because the visuals are so chaotic, but we're going to introduce the chaos through fun harmonies, through fun sounds, but we're going to keep a beat that is still, still feels rooted, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't feel random. Like random's not going to work here. That could work too. Definitely want to get some 16ths. And probably what I'm going to do is extend this out anyway because this B section is coming in horribly way too soon. So let's just chop it all off here. So we need at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Before you even start a B section because we haven't done anything yet. This is more of an intro than anything. Anyway, so let's pump it back up. Intro. And we'll keep, because like the drum beat hasn't even come in yet, right? It's kind of the style I'm going for here. So, haven't done anything fun yet. I still want a clear bass line. Like that. All right, let's get all of these louder. That didn't work at all. So let's do this. We're going to make them all loud. And then we're just going to do one of these. little crescendo. Cool. Let's test it out in a couple different patches. That's super cool to hear about Shredder's Revenge. I'm not surprised at all. Super cool music. I like this one. Cool. Let's continue with the hi-hat. Hanging out here. I think that's a cool... All right. I really like that distorted kick. It's really fun. A very old synthesizer, too. I like that little separation there. These headphones are the Sony Z1Rs. Highly recommend it. They're very expensive, and I'm okay with that because I use them every single day. Not for everybody, but I love them. What's up, Toe Gap? Yeah, that's fun. Now I'll just copy this bar. The digga. Technical term. Pardon the camera. Just turning off when it feels like it. Oops, that's a whole bar off. Yikes. I might change this. I like that new snare sound. I don't want to change snares. That's weird. Let's use the D. Awesome. There's like there's a feeling of 90s here. Like the graffiti, I don't know, the downtown vibe. There's something about it that's very 90s to me. Like, maybe not so much like Hey Arnold or something, but it like definitely like downtown city, something about it. Wicked. So even like that, like a little 90s, right? That's kind of a 90s thing. Or like it's like a modern version of it. All right, so I'm gonna do some mod wheel to get the tremolos going on that patch, and then we're gonna do a pitch bend here. Pitch bend so it goes, and then we'll return it at a later time, so we don't catch any of that in the reverb tail. Cool. find some bloopity bloops. Technical term. I don't even know if I have anything in here. Nah. Ever since I installed Massive X, I think it depleted all of its sound sets. Or they're hiding somewhere else, which is fine. There's lots of good stuff in Massive X. I'm just going to search through. Oh, and bloops. What's the technical term for that? For real. Maybe plucks. Plucked is probably the right word. Ooh, has anyone here played Eastward yet? I'm currently playing that on Switch. Super cool. That might be the exact sound used in Eastward, but it's very close. It's scary close. A lot of that kind of music. It's all very electronic and an homage to Earthbound, Zelda, the 90s classics. It's a super weird game, so enter at your own risk. I both love it and hate it all at the same time, which is fine. It's an experience. It's not like anything else out there, which it's a very, very strong storytelling experience, not much gameplay. You could say the same thing about Triangle Strategy, right? For those of you who played that, it's like 90% story. Super fun. What a fun combo of sounds. We'll call that a synth ARP. Cool. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, Gamer Zone. Yeah, I'm using Cubase. Cubase is the software, and each of the sounds I'm using is from a different library. And I got to say, the most fun part about writing music to a blank canvas like this is I can just use whatever the heck I want. And if it sounds good, it sounds good. I just move forward. It doesn't have to like adhere to a certain template. And that's one of the things with the game soundtrack I'm currently working on. Every choice I make has to be so centered around, does this serve the game story? Does this, work in this particular location of the world? Does this work for this world out of all the worlds? Does this work for this character? And it's just, there's so much like mental red tape you have to get through. This is very freeing to be able to just write something with no limitations, and then it's just fun. But I like that idea of just like letting that be a solo. I don't even know if it needs to be major necessarily. Just like the I want to keep this little guy. He's fun. I don't like it for that. Try to keep it simple because the legato between the notes. Cool. And I think, yeah, this B section should just continue because it's weird enough and it changes modes enough with those fun chromatic mediants, which is, before I ever knew what it was, I used to do it. And then I realized that Grant Kirkhope and all of the soundtracks I grew up playing and listening to they all used that. And I have such an affinity for it. I use it so naturally. And that's when you move by thirds. So in this case, we're doing D major to F major, D, A flat major, Banjo Kazooie. It's also heavily used in this. Here's another thing. I've been replaying Spyro, the Spyro games, Spyro the Dragon. And this has a lot of that influence too, because it's just goofy and like energetic. 90s, right? It's amazing. You write what you listen to, whether you like it or not. Yeah, Spyro's good. I like that better. I like the synth line to match. There. We'll roll with that for now. Cool. I'm more or less writing notes at the moment, not so much style. That's okay. So this part, I just found a ridiculous electric Imbira. Asked no one ever. That's fun. That's fun. So D, here we go. Yeah, no, who knew? Close enough. There it is. So it's D major, F minor, D major, E, D, F minor, D, D. Okay, you know it's going to be way faster if I just slow down the flipping tempo temporarily. So it's supposed to be 174. Let's make it like 80. I did that for Cubase to better recognize all the quantization, and I don't have to like fiddle with every single note. And then put the tempo back, and now we're golden. What was my chord? D, D, F, D. That's fun. And again, because it's so short, that needs a repeat. Let's call it C2. Add more instruments and stuff. Even that felt short. Wow. Oh, because I didn't double it. Whoops. It's just so it's so high energy, and that's what this needs so badly. Just like in your face. Let's go. Uh-oh. What's happening? That D is an A. Oh, I know, Marie. I was singing the bass note while... I'm sorry. I was singing the melody while playing the bass note. That was the intention. I was talking about the chord. Yep. I was singing the chord. Don't you go there. Very trickery. Very trickery. All right. This is turning into something fun. I was as excited as I was going into this stream. I was also equally terrified. Because I'm like, what the heck do you do for Splatoon? Its music is already perfect. How do I do me? Well, apparently you do this. You do chromatic medians, a lot of weird bass lines, and you just make it happen. This is like entering Spyro race level territory. Ooh, these are not in time. That is unacceptable. Eighth note quantization, here we come. Just copy it because it's the same. Hey now, there we go. Cool patch. That is from Cameo. From the UV Synth collection. The Retro collection, whatever it's called. Alright. I'm going to write down these chords because they're not easy to remember. I like to create a separate marker track. I love that Cubase allows you to have as many marker tracks as you wish. One of my favorite reasons for using it. And I can just go in here and just start typing. So we're going to do, just so I don't have to think about it, you know, just write it down once and then I can record everything in. And these are all single measures, like whole notes. Okay, so D, don't you judge me as I sing the pitch against the chord, Marie. All right, D, no, F minor, D, D, F minor, D, B. See, that's another way that my brain, by hearing the pitch, it tells me the chord. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, if that's how you think about music. That's just how my brain thinks about music. Because I can only physically sing one note. So when I don't have a keyboard in front of me, I'm visually seeing the chord while I sing one pitch. So it just is what it is. Everyone thinks about music differently, but that's the way I think about it. I think in chords usually, or at least in a piano. I've always thought of music as a piano horizontally, which is one of the reasons why guitar is still so challenging for me. Any instrument that is not linear. Violin makes perfect sense to me. So violin, cello, viola, bass, traditional orchestral string instruments make perfect sense for me because they're linear. Yes, you go to the next string, but you could keep going on the same string. But guitar, it actually repeats at different intervals, and you just have to memorize it, and it's confusing. Excuses. Wow. All the excuses are coming out. Matt is also he's good at guitar. I am not. I'm a wannabe guitarist, and that's fine. Want to be, not need to be. That's exactly what it is, Micah. It's the different tuning. I got used to one way of tuning, and my brain has to really... It's hard for me to, like, turn that off, you know? I'm wondering if I take every other bar, what happens if I extend it over like a beat? I like that pulse better, so we'll just like barely cross them over. Nice. And that electric thumb piano doing the trick. Try playing that. Your thumbs are going to fall off. Right. Just for a palate cleanser as well, let me listen to the original just to kind of see how unbelievably off we've gotten. So good. They have I'm going to swap out basses for a second just to try it. They're using like I don't know what you call that, but I can find it real fast. I know that sound. That's like a pretty standard D&B, like drum and bass, or even dubstep kind of bass. Not a wobble bass, but like it's very nasally forward bass. That kind of thing. Omnisphere. Delivering the good stuff. Let's just play. Let's see what happens. What's up, Peter? Glad you're here. Yeah. Omnisphere is always so loud. Yeah, I always know where this button is right here. This slider is always like, bring that sucker down. Yeah. Like that. It's just like super groovy. So this is all about 80 dB. It just like blows you out. All right, let's get the why is that still so wobbly? I want something like that. That's just like absurdly rhythmic. It's like some triplets. Yeah, these Saki jokes are great. Oh, what happened to my bass? Ignore him. Ignore that error. Why not? You shake it, Spoopy. That's exactly the perfect word. Way too loud. Eighth notes. Peter would actually do amazing at this. Oh man, get your talk box ready, dude. I am a 0% good rapper. Actually, let me redo that routing. That was no bueno. Let's do mono. Actually, no, mono to stereo. That's fine.
Vocals. We're going to try some bass vocals.
This is the worst idea imaginable. Featuring Xenokeys. This would be so good, dude. You just start recording, just start Dropboxing me. Vocals. Yeah. That's my daughter's name. She's gonna be a singer. Every parent. All right. This is a terrible idea. You know that, right?
I'm sorry. I'm Batman. All right. We're just gonna turn that. We're gonna turn the stream over. Click.
You're welcome. Lord, the things I do for you people. Have I no shame? Zero. Suffocate on your best high-pitched stitch. What?
Ohana. Ohana means family.
Why do I exist right now? Only the best. There you go. Why not? What is this kawaii we speak of? Sounds like an anime. Probably is. Well. Cool. Cool. Let's keep figuring this out. Boop, 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 boop. Different arpeggio, but that. That's super cool. What is that? Triplet, 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 triplet. So that's those are 16th note triplets. Yippity skippity. Some serious business. What's up, Arfo? Ooh, gotta get some vocals up in her. What should I even do? yeah. Fourth harmony for the win. What has this stream become? I don't even know. Welcome back. Let's get some fancy hi-hats. Oi. I like that sound. Got a few little trappings in there that do not belong. There we are. Let me clean her up. Not gay, but I love you, man. I'm sure my wife appreciates that. Okity dokity. Sounds like little singing octopuses, right? Octopi. All right, let's get some snares. Alrighty then. This is becoming a weirder track by the second. And that is okay. Sometimes you just gotta be weird. Like our dear friend James would say, Chip James, he'd say, if you don't know what to do, just write a stupid track, right? Write a dumb track. It does wonders for the soul. I would clarify this. I would definitely consider this a stupid track. Cool. It's not even a 3-minute track by any means, but that could be a good loop point. Gee, thanks. I appreciate it. Just looking for weird sounds. Where do we even go from here, folks? I don't even know. That's all I got, folks. I don't think it needs anything else. It works. Outside of just writing more music, I don't think it needs anything else. I think it hits what it needs to do. It's super weird. I'm not sold on the vocals. They're fun. How did we do, guys? How did I do? You think it was pretty solid? Let's do it. Let's finish this track. Hey, folks. That's pretty awesome. That was an hour and a half. It was only a minute track, so it wasn't super long. But I'm pretty happy with that. So let's end it there. Do you guys want to do a VGM party like we did last time? It was a lot of fun. If we do that, I do want to start a second stream. Maybe we can take a coffee break. I'll start a second stream. We'll do a little VGM fun time. How does that sound? But yeah, so this was my attempt at Splatoon 3. Just writing a minute. I don't think it needs anything else right now. Obviously, it's not a real paid project, so I don't need to do super duper much. That was a fun challenge, just kind of, cleanse the palate, so to speak, and to get my head out of the orchestral world. So, yeah, I think that was a lot of fun. Thanks for being a part of this, guys. I don't need to go any longer. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to bounce out the final track, and then from there, I'll start a second stream. And if you want to come join for a little bit, I'll be playing some video game music. Come with your coffee. And we're just going to relax and have some fun. This is the end of my work week, so my brain's already dead. So I really liked that last week, just getting to chill out, playing some video game music. So if that would be fun, if you would come to the coffee lounge, then come join in a few minutes. Look on my channel. You'll find it. And we'll go from there. So yeah, guys, let's play out the last little version here of Splatoon 3 Turf War. Thanks for being a part. I'll see you guys next time.